Hello. So today I'm going to talk about the time management tips I have for some university students. I mean, specifically if you are in Denmark, but I think those tips can be used by pretty much any kind of student and also no matter where you're studying right now. Because when I started university, at least for me, it was really hard to understand time management because in high school it's pretty easy. You get a schedule, you get homework, you just follow the homework, you do it, and voila, that's pretty much what you do. But in university, you are way more lonely in that step. You are not that much guided, even though my university is really good at guiding students in how to manage their time and their study work. However, I don't think it's usual for all students because I come from Belgium and there is not that known for students to have that kind of help. So here are some tips that I hope will be useful for you. There are many tips, so don't be afraid by the amount. Just check which one you like, and not all of them have to work for you. I, for example, never used a paper agenda because it's impossible for me to use it. Simply, I forget I have one. And so I use it the first day, maybe the second day, and then I forget totally about it. So, first of all, I think creating a daily schedule is useful, but I don't mean like by hour. I mean more by block. So make a morning, afternoon, and evening block. For me, morning is until 11 a.m., something like that. And then afternoon is from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. And then from 5 p.m. to the next day, that's pretty much evening. It doesn't need to be totally the same hours amount per block. It just needs to be good for you. So just make that and make it pretty much clear what you want to do in those blocks. It can be school, work, it can be many subtasks, but you have to have like a main topic. For example, I divide mine in house, school, work. So when I am at home and I'm doing stuff at home, it can be even at home. I count it like also when I go to the fitness or something like that. That's for me home. But university or school time is just when I have mandatory lectures for sure, or at least usually I have lectures, or is there any way a time I will allocate to study. And then in the evenings, I usually have work because I work usually in the evenings since I work remotely for some of my jobs. So that's more up to you to divide it. So that's some tips. I will be maybe more specific if this tip is interesting for some of you. But otherwise, yeah, don't divide it as detailed as other people I've seen suggest. At least for me, it has never worked because I never stick to it. Then by the tasks, prioritize it. There is that kind of thing that you can prioritize based on how important it is and how urgent it is or how easy it is to do these tasks. For me, it's just simple. Is it quickly to do? Yes. Is it urgent? Yes. Then you do it right now. You don't think about it. You just do it. And then all the other tasks come later. That's how I prioritize tasks. That's it. And I'm a big procrastinator, so that's for me the only advice I can give you that really works. Just prioritize 1, 2, or 3 tasks out of 20 maybe, but do those 3 tasks. That's it. And then when you have a big task, I'm someone who needs a lot of structure, so I tend to separate stuff by heading. So I need a lot of structure. I need a to-do list. I need to visualize what I'm doing. So I like to divide a big task into many subtasks. The more, the best, because then I feel even more productive when I do one. So voila. Then another task I would say is productivity apps. Honestly, I don't use any. I just have a Google Calendar and I have pretty much all my life in that. And that's it. I don't have any productivity task. I used for a while for it. I think it's a really good tool if you have someone that you can use it with, because then it's maybe kind of competition or community feeling. But I don't have, so I don't have any task, honestly. I know it's quite deceiving maybe for some people that, oh, I want a nice productivity tool. Well, other people can suggest that, but not for me, has never worked, and even I forget I have it. So classic Google Calendar, I cannot delete from my phone, and that's the one I use all the time. So that's pretty much my only productivity task tool, if that's a productivity tool, I don't know. But yeah, only use one, don't have many. because you forget you have them, because otherwise you're overwhelmed by the amount of tools you have. So test one, test the other, and then just finish with one of them. Also, I don't like that many of them are so expensive. Like, come on, it's a productivity tool, not a gold paper agenda. So then for the distractions, put down the Wi-Fi. So if you have a phone or something like that, your phones at least, I suppose your laptop is pretty much mandatory to work, like for me, but in your phone, first put it in silent, and second, turn the Wi-Fi down or off, or however it's said in English. Like, it is not really important that, but just put it off. Block the notifications of WhatsApp, Instagram, Facebook on your laptop. That's really useful. And well, for the other ones about how to block website, actually you can put like a focus mode in Google. Sorry for that. I'm not really sure how to, but there are many tutorials, so good luck for that. And then for the planners and the digital calendars, like I said before, I only use Google Calendar, and that's it. That's the most useful for me. It's not really sponsored. I wished it was. But for other people, it's better to have a paper one. For me, I just have it for 1, 2, 3 days, and then I totally forget I have it. Or also, I'm a perfectionist, so I want it to look so cute and so pretty, and I never make it. So also, I'm disgusted by that. So that's why I have everything in my phone and my laptop in Google Calendar, and I just stick to it. I use Notion, but that's more to take notes or more like to organize my lists of books. I have Notions because when I was in high school, I found it like it was really popular and I wanted to try it, and I pretty much never used it, not gonna lie. And now I just use it to have lists and lists and lists. I like it. I hope one day they will make a mind map option. But yeah, and then about how to study, like the amount of hours, I don't think there is any good tool. Not gonna lie, until high school, I never really studied. I was the lucky child that was naturally good in school. Then in university, it changed a bit. First semester was really easy, but there's some subjects I'm better than in others, like anything that is really abstract or really theoretical, like biology or statistics, is way harder for me. I prefer things that are more like logical, in the sense that it's more like, how to explain it, like an equation or something. Statistically, it's equation, but there is a lot of assumption and stuff like that. I like, for example, chemical engineering. It's a lot of formulas, but it's easy to follow for me because formulas. So for some classes I have to study, for others I pretty much never do it. Depends on you. So there is no magical number I wished, but there is not. Finally, one of the last advices I have is ask your teachers. They're paid for that. Imagine just that. They're paid to help you. They're paid to be teachers. So use them. In this way. So send them emails, messages, I don't know, the way that your university has it. And ask questions, like make a whole list about questions you have at the end of the week and send them. And don't be shy, like, come on, you're a student, you're not supposed to understand everything. And just ask and ask. Then if your class has a group chat, then maybe you can ask in the group chat. Mine doesn't really have one, so never really used it for that. So yeah, that's one of my last advices. And finally, practice what we call now self-care. I just call it being logical and healthy. So sleep. As a university student, you need to sleep and you need to eat healthy, not pasta, like eat healthy. Do sport. Not gonna lie, I just started, so I'm not the best example, but do sports. There are many kinds of sport. It can be even just walking. I don't care. Like, do something else than just sitting on your bed or on your desk and like studying, because you are pretty much 8 hours or 12 hours per day sitting. So I don't think that's really healthy. I'm not a sport person. So these are the main tips I have. Here I have some other tips that I found a bit from other people, websites and YouTube videos and stuff like that. I don't think that's that much what I do, but maybe it can help you. So first, set specific goals. So for like a study session or like when you're studying, put a topic, put something you want to reach. For example, page 50 or the first 3 exercises, or oh, I want to have done the summary of this class. Okay, then do it. That's your only goal. If then later you do more, that's fine, but just do that. And normally when you start doing stuff, you don't stop because like you're already in that rhythm. Some people also use the Pomodoro techniques or other focus techniques. I just put myself a timer. It doesn't matter how much time it is. I don't care, it's Pomodoro technique. I just put a timer. I just look at how many pages it is. Maybe 20 minutes, 30 minutes will be enough. I don't know. But I need a limit. It's like a mini competition against myself, and I feel so productive. That's it. I'm not one of those Korean influencers online, like the study influencer in the studygram world that study for 15 hours a day. I cannot. I pretty much don't. I'm lazy. That's it. That's my way of being. I need competition against myself, against someone. But that's it. I need like a goal. And then for the tasks, if you're doing a project, talk to your team. I know it's obvious, but talk to your team, and if you need to be the leader, do it, be it. But otherwise, you need to learn how to delegate, how to mitigate problems. That's pretty much what we learn in project management. But you need to avoid problems, you need to mitigate problems, you need to omit some parts. So talk to your team about what to focus in or on when you are doing a project. And also, you have to stay organized. I mean, I am pretty much a really organized person because I love having my books by order, by type, by color. That's how I am. But even if you are not that much organized, just have a small space. I don't care where it is, even if it's on the floor of your bathroom, something. Have a space. You put your laptop, you put your notebook or something, and a pen, and you just study. Study there. So you choose a place and you just study there, and that's it. So you just need a small space. It doesn't need to be like a 2-meter table in a super big room with like super nice lighting. I mean, if the lighting is better. But otherwise, just have a space. It doesn't need to be big, it doesn't need to be special. It can be the library, it can be a coffee shop. I mean, I don't like to be in places where there's a lot of noise, but just be somewhere where you're comfy and just be there. Put headphones if you don't want to be disturbed. Even put a sign that is written in front of you, don't disturb me, I need to study. Come back at X hour or something like that. Or I'm studying, I'm busy. Call me after this hour or send me a message and I will read it later. Something like that. I don't care. It really sounds silly, but if you need to study, priority, people, priorities. Also, you have to take advantage of the resources you have. First of all, we have Google. Google is amazing, and that's what I love the most. I know many people are like, oh my god, AI and IT makes us lazy people now. That's not good. Oh no, absolutely not. I love it. I adore it. It's perfect. AI helps me to summarize big topics, also introduces me to hard definitions. Google can help you with thousands and thousands, even millions, I think, of resources and websites and articles and more. Also, you have the university, you have a free library probably, and if not, in every country there is a free resource website from the government, so use that. There is so many things, Google Scholar, Google, Bing, even if I don't use Bing, Yahoo, there is so many things, Firefox. Every single search engine has a list of resources for studies. So use that, use YouTube, use even documentaries, Netflix, or other things. Like, I don't think there is any good excuse right now for not doing something. I mean, by saying that, oh, I don't find resources. Come on, like, don't lie to me. Try better. Then you have to have hobbies. I live in a really dark country in winter. I live in Denmark right now. So it's really dark in the winter, so find a hobby. I don't care what it is. It should be a bit an outside hobby, something that you can do outside home so you don't stay inside all the time. Something with people is even better because then you socialize, and it's quite hard for me to socialize in a long-term thing. But do it. I don't know, paddle, I don't like paddle, but some people here, it's really popular, paddle. Yoga, if you like that, I don't like it. So, I don't know, sports or even board games. I mean, there is a Dungeons and Dragons club, association or something like that. There is a chess club, there is creative clubs and other things. Even a church. If you're religious, go to a church, go to a book club or go to a language class. Go to something that you want to do and something where you can meet other people and just be outside of university life and out of your studies. These tips also apply for high schoolers because I think these tips can be useful for pretty much at any age, at any moment, even for people who finish their studies, I think. And also, finally, I think after like 2 or 3 months, you should review your schedule because normally at university things change every 2 or 3 months. Not precisely classes, but maybe you have exams or holidays and stuff like that. So I think it's a really good idea to just every 2 or 3 months change the schedule. I pretty much change it every 2 weeks. But if you don't change it often, every 2 or 3 months at least, you should change it and also see how you are evolving, because maybe now you need less time for some classes, maybe you need more time for other things, maybe you would like to have more time for yourself, or you have a new job and other things. So yeah, I think it's a really good idea to just reflect on it. So those are my tips. I know there are many. I will make a list in my post about this mini podcast in my website, karimascot.dk or A Waffle Abroad. I don't really remember. It's one of them. But I hope these ones were helpful for you. And yeah, see you on next little podcast.